Hello my collective. Welcome to I'm Blessed Tarot. How are you guys? Hope you guys are doing well and rested, feeling blessed and not stressed. So I'm setting an intention to receive from the spirit the message that we need to know collectively on our journey. I haven't done this reading in a while, I know guys, because I felt like my energy was not right. Almost feel like my energy's been hijacked, because if you guys look at my earlier videos, like my very beginning spiritual messages, and now yeah, there's interference. I don't know if it was just retrograde or what, but even the words, it just felt like energetically too, every time I set out an intention to do this reading, it just seems to be, you know, like an energetic force that I'm pushing towards the energy. I feel clear now. I feel like there has been a shift energetically. You know, Mercury is out of retrograde. A lot of other planets are coming out. I feel like Jupiter is bringing its gift as we go into December. Yeah. So, angels of Most High, please cover me in your divine white light as I channel this reading. May I receive the messages that are most accurate for my collective and the messages that they need to hear. May I be the clear and empty channel as I channel these messages. Thank you. I set an intention to receive messages with intention of peace, love, clarity, truth, and healing. Thank you. Let's see what comes out. I see straddling between two worlds. So there is this in-between period that I feel a lot of collective are in, waiting, right? Waiting for, not waiting, but knowing that there is a change. We're on the brink of the change. We are going through such transformation, metamorphosis, and transition within ourselves. And things may look a bit chaotic with the eye on the eagle. Yeah, I'm seeing the eye on the eagle. So Divine's asking you to have a bigger picture. If you feel dragged down into 3D with whatever drama that may be occurring, challenges, obstacles, you know, whether it's in work front or personal relationship or just with our own transition and changes that we're going through, there is a lot that we're integrating right now. So Divine wants you to know, to be able to detach from all of this, to cultivate an ability to detach and go within, right? Yeah, I was seeing this message. It's a very popular message, you know. Our ego says, once everything is right, I will be at peace. But our spirit says, find the peace within and everything will be right. Right? So it's important to know that things are happening in our reality. What you see around you, it's a reflection of what's happening inside ourselves. Okay? So if we are engaging in a self-sabotaging behavior, then we will attract experiences that will put us in that position where we may be self-sabotaging, or someone sabotages us. Why? Because it's the feeling state that we're in. It's an emotional state that we're in, whether you like it or not. Manifestations are not chanting and wishing and hoping and trying and doing this and doing that and buying this and buying that, or whatever it is, right? Crystals, cards, whatever. It's about checking in with what you are feeling, right? Whatever it is that you're going through. And asking, self-inquiry, right? That was Buddha's main, how do I say? A stage, a platform, a stand from where the things began to unfold, right? The inquiry about, and being very truthful, not out and about, out in the open, but truthful with ourselves of what it is that we what it is that we are in, what state of being, right? And where it comes from, where it stems from, the root of it. The self-inquiry, self-questioning, self-awareness is important to check in with ourselves. Yeah, deep diving into the task. So, is that better? Yeah, that's better. So looking deep within ourselves, right? Instead of just swimming in the shallow emotions of saying this thing happened to me, or that thing happened to me, or this was the experience and outcome. It's figuring out and going and finding the root cause within ourselves. For a lot of us, I feel like this is a call from the spirit to say, you have been swimming in the shallow waters trying to figure out this and that. You've been looking at external sources to trying to find the answers, right? But the answers we need and are looking for is where we will find it, is deep within. Yeah, limitless possibilities. When you dive deep, you will find answer to the limitless possibilities that are for you. You will see, right? This is the card I was seeing, above the fray, eyes above the fray. So rising above the 3D drama that may be unfolding in our reality right now, because there is a lot of illusions that are going on. When we dive deep, when we disconnect from our five senses and we sort of find this break, is when we will find the limitless possibility, the endless reservoir of avenues, of possibilities, of, right, one that is straight from the divine. And I think this will really help for us to stay grounded, to stay in alignment, to not lose all the hard work that we put in until now if we get caught up in the storm, right? If you are vibrating low, we use this word so much, but what does it mean, vibrating low, right? If we're feeling low emotions, like feeling envy, fear, jealousy, comparison, competition, constantly looking on the other side to see if someone's gotten their karma, putting blame, right? All of that. It may be the energy, yes. When we do the cards and pull up, it may come up, but it's not to get caught up and come down to that level. It's to see that, okay, this is how what's unfolding. This is how things have aligned, right? It's so we can have a bigger view and bigger picture, that we can have a grander scale of things. So this is also divine saying that, you know, if you dive deep and tap into that endless love, the endless reservoir that is within us, we will be able to stay grounded and rise above the fray, rise above the illusions, rise above the chaos that's about to unfold, rise above the changes that's about to unfold, right? If we think the distortions are too much now, it's just about to get intense. And why do I say that? Because there is a lot of spiritual changes happening. Anytime there is a change, there is a shuffling around, there is dismantling of what is, right, in order to make space and room for what is to be. What is, if we want something in our life, if we are trying to aim towards something, we can't do that from the place that we are. We can't do that from the place where it fell apart. We can't do that from the place, right? So we need to look at it from a higher perspective, that everything is in alignment, everything is happening for a reason. We may not have the answer with our limited senses and the dualistic realm that we're in, but to know that you're here for a reason, right? You're here for a reason. You're getting guidance, you're getting messages, signs, synchronicities from the universe, for a reason. Yeah, for a reason, to not get caught up in this thing, because you have been doing the work. You are being called by the universe, right? A lot of people get stuck in terminology like, oh, I'm a chosen one, I'm a starseed. None of that matters if you are hiding in your home and not supporting or not stepping up or not answering the call or not doing the work, right? What is the point of all of that? That's to say, like, a lot of us will be called, but only few will be chosen, because at the end of the day, the whole earth is going through transition and upgrade, and so we're all going to, as a part of it, we're in it, right? We are all going to rise, but whether you step up to the plate or not, it's up to you. Yeah, the opportunity is there for taking. Yeah. So there, this is to say there will be a lot more illusions and distortions, because that's just the way things are. Before anything has come to an end, any cycle, any energy, it will hang on. This includes our ego. Yeah. Feast of Plenty. I think I'll read this card. Before I even started doing this reading, somehow my mind went to this card and I thought maybe I should read. So we'll definitely. Choices and their consequences. Yeah. Repairing the body, mind, spirit. Rising above the 3D drama that maybe occurred, right? You may notice that every time you deep dive and try to raise your vibration, there's some sort of drama that unfolds, and that is the light, that is the push and pull of the light and dark, right? As within, so without. Yeah. Detox, repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Yeah. So doing inner self-reflection, cutting out things that are keeping us in low vibration, cutting out things that are not helping us, things that are pulling us back down, right? Yeah, letting go, looking at our self-beliefs, looking at our limited way of seeing things in form of like good and bad, good and evil, or like chosen and unchosen. All of that is just, if you're not stepping up, because I feel energetically that there's so many of us that are going through changes and transition, and they're holed up, and there's nothing wrong with taking your time and healing and all of that. But if you have the knowledge, if you have the understanding, and you're just on the sideline, you're just on the sideline, sort of like a mouse that's hiding, right? Be mindful of that. Like, step into what it is that you're being called to, because this energy won't be here forever. Like, you step into it. Maybe you might get left behind. Step into it. Start making changes. It starts with ourselves, right? Letting go of things. If you have gone through something, a lot of times, so a lot of people are about to go through a deep changes. You will notice, like, with so many celebrities going through so much changes, but this is also going to happen on every level, in educational level, in work front, in personal relationship level, in our mindset, in our things, in our consumption way. In every level we will see the change, and that's the truth. Yeah. Ace of Sword. To have an open mind and to take part in rising above the fray. Yeah, take part in letting go of things. So here, what we choose and what we engage in, what we indulge in, is really going to, like, this time around, we can't say I didn't know or how things happen. This time around, spirit is giving us glance. We know how things unfold now, right? That our inner reality creates our outer reality, and so now this time around, the consequences of certain choices are going to have bigger impact. Yeah. Having curious mind, having an open mind to seeing things, to adopting things, using your own inner wisdom and your intuition to guide you forward, instead of staying stuck in the indoctrination, in what you have been fed up until now. Yeah. Refusal of the call. Yeah. Not stepping, exactly what I was saying, refusal of the call, dream time. Staying in your comfort zone, engaging in things that you know you have been given more than enough time by the universe spirit to heal, to release, to let go, to, you're not putting in an effort. Time may pass, right? This time may pass, this opportunity may pass. Whatever it is that, yeah, trusting the universe and not operating from the place of fear of unknown. Let's see. Yeah, you're in the hands of the universe. Let me move a little bit higher so you guys can see. Rest is important right now. Exactly as I say, rest, you know, winter's dream, gestation period, yeah, healing period, trusting the universe, disconnecting from feeling like being too attached to an outcome, yeah, disconnecting, yeah, and healing the heart chakra. Exactly. See how they come up back to back. Healing the heart chakra of what has been stuck, what has happened. It's no longer, you can't stay there anymore in this victim mindset. You can't stay this anymore in the finger pointing, even though it may be, right? You now realize that a lot of people are about to go through a lot of changes on every level, and some of these changes are heartbreaking. Because we are so used to habits. We are all creatures of habits, right? And that includes our subconscious mind, the thoughts and illusions we have adopted, the indoctrination that we've adopted, the belief system without questioning, without inquiring, without seeking out a higher wisdom, without deep diving within ourselves to find out answers for ourselves, right? Staying on the surface so that we don't tap into what it is at the root of our matter in our heart space, right? You can't manifest anything if your heart chakra is blocked. Matter of fact, you can't manifest anything if your chakras are blocked, because they are the energy source within ourselves. So let's see as we go. I'm gonna take a second. Let's see the Feast of Plenty, right? I think this card is, I think, important because I was seeing that before the reading even started. Options, choices, and their consequences. Yeah. Okay. Feast of Plenty. The great feast is laid out before you and requires you to choose. What will satisfy your hunger? Something new and unconventional with its potential for bitter or savory qualities, or something you already know you love? You are faced with a plethora of options right now, and while that may seem to be an extraordinary thing, too many choices can throw you off balance. You might be worried that once you commit, you won't be able to turn back or refuse to confront the consequences of that decision. The most important thing to realize is that the feast is offering you experience. No amount of overanalyzing or strategizing will help you to make the right choice. Don't debate the right or wrongs. Instead, just choose. In the choosing is the seed of experience, and that is what is necessary now. Sour, bitter, sweet, savory, what matters is relishing the experience until you digest all that your choice is offering you right now. Only one warning. Avoid the same choice if it keeps you hungry. If something didn't feel good or does not bring you what it seemingly promised, do not choose that again. The experience will only repeat itself, and you will have more than a bad taste in your mouth. The feast is yours to enjoy. You can always go back for more when you're hungry again, for life's blessings are ever available to you and calling your name. Yeah. So not staying in comfort zone, not staying what we know, not exploring, not stepping out, not answering the call, right? So universe is saying, don't be afraid of making choices, don't be afraid of stepping into what calls to you, what you feel inclined to do. You can never, there is no such thing as guaranteed outcome of anything, because even if, let's say, it is meant to be your path, you will still have experiences that will grow, that will teach you, that will bring you more closer to your self-awareness, to exactly who you are, right? All of these experiences that we went through, we didn't know what the outcome was, but yet we went in with it, and went in to it with the best of our hopes and wishes, right? And so to have this self-belief, now you are more equipped with the knowledge that is behind you. Now you can set an intention of what it is that you want and what it is that you don't want, right? From the past experiences, you have learned what it is that you do want, and also learn, more importantly than what you do want is what you don't want, right? And this includes staying in comfort zone. This includes doing the same thing again that did not yield us the outcome that we were hoping the first time. This includes staying in relationships, jobs, circumstances, beliefs, mindsets that didn't bring us any fruits the way we were hoping, right? So to learn from that, to learn from that experience, to use that experience as a stepping stone, to add to it, not to take from your experience, right? You are more better equipped. Yeah. Rising above the fray. I feel like there could be certain circumstances that may be coming up in your reality, or that you may be faced with, or that may be arising from deep within as you do this releasing, healing, that may be wanting you to stay in comfort zone, to not step out for the fear, right? To not deep dive, because diving deep within means having to face certain fears, means having to face certain aspects of ourselves that may not be so pleasant. But the universe wants you to not reject them, not reject your shadow, not reject, right? To look at it from a bigger point of view. All of this are building blocks for you. All of them are adding to you, to who you are, to your purpose, to your path. Yeah, staying on the surface and waiting for things to happen while we're making same choices, while we're in the same mindset, while we are looking at things in the world through the same lens, right? So I feel like this is a call from the universe to have a larger group mindset. We're not alone. We're all here together. We're going through this transition together, to learn from each other, to find the resources that will help us grow, that will help us rise above the fray, right? Yeah. Having a curiosity mindset, so this is about self-inquiry, right? Curiosity, discovering things about ourselves, and learning higher perspective of things through our experiences. Yeah. Power of community, indeed. Yeah, the disowned self. I really feel like this has to do with a lot of healing to the root chakra, to the heart, and even the crown too. Yeah, getting back to things that you love, right? Root chakra, I feel like has been coming up quite a bit in these readings. So the disowned self, I've been seeing this post, I saw it a couple of times. What does self-abandonment looks like? When we give up on ourselves, our well-being, stop taking care of ourselves, stop taking initiative and ownership for where we are, where we want to go, and and the outcome that's disowning our own self, right? Then we will attract experiences that will also make us feel like that will also bring up again the same triggers, the same abandonment, the same hurt, the same illusion that we are trying to release. So this pain that you may have experienced, that a lot of I want to say confidently pain, because for a large chunk of us as a humanity, we are creatures of habit. If we can be just comfortable, we will stay comfortable. We won't progress. We won't grow, right? Unless something happens that is so uncomfortable or so full of discomfort that we have no choice to remove ourselves. And even so, a lot of us will stay there, even if it's not good for us, even if it's taking from us, because we are afraid of the change, because we're afraid of deep diving. But universe wants you to have a bigger point of view, okay? To release yourself from these cycles, this toxicity, this pattern, this self-talk that you may be doing, right? Not putting ourselves down, not self-sabotaging, not being overly critical, but looking at it from a large perspective and seeing that, you know, whatever it may be, if you're struggling with procrastination, if you're struggling with self-sabotage, then realizing and digging deeper to find the root cause of it. Seeing, you know, that where it started, at what point, what could have caused us, right? Because a lot of time this comes from fear of hurt, fear of pain, fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of being ridiculed, fear of being judged, fear of being mocked, right? Fear of not being good enough, fear of not being validated. Validation is a huge thing right now. People do so much to receive few likes and validations, right? And checking in with yourself, right? If you feel like you are seeking that out, then check in with yourself and see what part of yourself that you feel that you're not validated, right? You have the power to give to yourself that which you need, that which you require, that which is important to you on this journey. And when you give that to yourself, you're no longer in the place of not having it, of missing it or doing without it, right? Now you are a vibrational match and alignment, because you're already in a state of being the person who knows who you are, right? Being in the state of not worrying about what someone's gonna say or think or do or any of that, because this is the only way to free yourself, right? To heal our base wounds that, for, you know, a large chunk of population, root chakra is blocked. And this has a lot to do with the world around us, with what we are going through, because one of the biggest block for our root chakra is fear. Fear is everywhere. There's wars happening, earthquakes happening, this happening, that happening, uncertainty, fear, separatism, wars happening, he said, she said, this is right, that is right, fear, right? All of it is distraction. All of it is illusion. Things are happening. A lot more things are going to happen if you don't stay grounded. Well, I don't want to say, right? It's important to say grounded, right? This message is coming at this point and you're hearing it for a reason. Yeah. Refusal to call, exactly what I was channeling. Gathering around power of community and refusal of call. Yeah. Staying in your comfort zone. Many are called, only few will be chosen. Step into it. You're here, part of the community. You're here in this very time space because you have something to offer, because you are called to recognize that and step into it, right? Once you heal, once you release this fear, this root chakra fear, right? Fear of what we have experienced that keeps us limited, that keeps us small. Once we put ourselves out there, I get a lot of energy of fear of judgment, Yeah, I get this energy of, so you guys, the collective, may have experienced this, right? In a childhood, in a family setting, maybe in a school setting, maybe for whatever reason. Often star seeds will have a certain uniqueness about them. Like maybe they have ADHD, maybe they're slightly on autism spectrum, maybe, you know, may not even be so obvious that it's on the forefront, but there is a nuance of it, right? Maybe some of it may have been part of a childhood growing experience that makes you unique. Yeah, refusal to call, fear of putting yourself out there, fear of stepping into that is yours, fear of, right? A lot of starseed, a lot of healed people who are on this journey, they're hiding in their room, they're hiding in their home, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like, do you, but knowing the power of community, knowing your hands of the universe, knowing you're exactly where you need to be, right? And taking it easy, having fun, relaxing, letting yourself be, doing what it is that you do, trusting yourself, having a curious mindset where you are okay with starting off where you are and evolving as you continue on. Yeah. But the moon made a new beginning, right? Trusting your psychic power, trusting yourself, trusting yourself to embark on this, the power that you have, the guidance that you are receiving. Yeah. Okay. Let's read this refusal to call because I think it's important. Dream thief. It's funny it has number 13 on it because 13 is angel surrounding, angelic protection. Rejection of the path of fulfillment. Yeah, staying in your comfort zone, not stepping into it, deciding, not worth it, this is too much, I'm gonna stay here on the surface, I don't need to face these emotions or do this or that, right? Well, the whole collective is progressing and changing. So let's get into this. The dream thief is soft and compelling seductress. Her only purpose is to keep you hypnotized by comfort and sameness. She wants you to tell your old stories over and over so you don't evolve beyond them. Ask yourself whether you are Ask yourself whether you are reverting back to the familiarity of your origin story of why you were wounded or when you were rejected. Do you talk about how your family molded you as a child without also acknowledging that you've already become someone else as a result? Teaching from an old wound will never allow you a new adventure. Instead, bring to mind how you've already changed, remembering that you have new stories to rely and build upon. Do you want to move beyond the barrier of glass you placed between you and the horizon? You can, and it's not difficult. Answer the call to a new adventure and drop your resistance to sailing the uncharted sea of your potential. The wind will soothe and sing the dream thief to sleep so you can wake up and move forward. You are so much more than you know. Now it's time to express what has lain dormant. Your new adventure has already begun. Yes. Okay. Staying in the comfort zone, not wanting to put yourself out there, not wanting to step into it, the gifts that you have, right? Because why? Because of the past wounds, because of the uncertainty and fear, because of fear of judgment, fear of illusion, fear of betrayal, fear of lack, right? It's important to have a curiosity mindset. You don't know everything and you're not expected to know. Start where you are. Start with what you know, okay? You're part of the grand divine matrix. What you have and what you are creating and birthing is important. It's part of the whole jigsaw puzzle, okay? You are a very essential, important part of this. So step into it. We're all going through this collective. You're not alone, right? Yeah. None of this should ever make you feel judged or any of that. If you do, that is your ego telling you something is good, something is bad, something is a slight, something is a shade, something is offensive, something is how dare they, something is disrespectful. If you don't disrespect yourself, you won't feel affected if someone disrespects you, because you will understand that it's not about you. They are projecting what they feel about themselves. Okay, once you're really, really healed, and you've met yourself, and you healed your root chakra, you looked at the shadow, you have integrated your shadow, right? Not you can never get rid of shadow as long as you are light. Where there is light, there is shadow. But it's about integrating, it's about looking at it, it's about healing. I really feel called to read what I've written. I wrote this, give me 1 second, I'm gonna find my book. It's right here. I was reading this yesterday, and it's funny we're doing this reading today. Here. Often when it comes to subconscious blocks, so don't judge me. This is me channeling and writing when I was, on a certain vibration. And this is all very intuitive. This is my own personal, for my own self. I'm sharing this in hopes that you realize that this is the process, and it's an important part of the process, okay? Often when it comes to subconscious blocks, firstly, we are in denial that we are afflicted by them. We all are. It's a matter of discovering and healing. Secondly, recognizing the event or time we adopted or conditions under which such came about. So realizing where it is that we adopted this limited beliefs about ourselves, right? Where is this self-judgment, self-criticism, putting ourselves down, judging ourselves, judging. If you find yourself judging others, it's because you judge yourself. If you find yourself criticizing others, it's because it is the voice. Your subconscious doesn't know any other being. Your subconscious only knows you. How you know others around you? Your subconscious has never been outside you. It only knows you, okay? So everything that you hear, it takes on. It's a blank copy. It will absorb everything like a sponge. If you're constantly listening to certain style of things, if you're watching certain movies where people are betraying each other, where it's nightmare and fears and illusions and all of that, your subconscious is going to take it on as reality. Everything you give, it will absorb. Without any distinguishing, without any, okay, you guys know what I mean. I don't know, I'm just coming. 37 significant, yeah, on the clock. Okay, thirdly, not getting stuck in past events and incidents. Yeah, when you go through this part, not getting stuck in the betrayal we felt, the empathy, the love that we didn't receive, the security, the safety we didn't receive, the love, nurturing we didn't receive. We just go there to see, okay, yes, this is where I didn't receive what I needed, but now I'm in the position where I can do that for myself, right? I have the ability, I have the resource, I have, right? Divine's with me. I've awoken to the endless love that is within myself. Yeah. Thirdly, not getting stuck in past events and incidents that caused you to develop these traumas, beliefs, defenses. Fourth, it is not treating the symptoms, such as phobias or habits of procrastination or self-sabotage, but looking at the root cause of their emergence or presence in our life. Recognizing and embracing, healing these events, and in some cases facing them by doing that which calls to you. What does that mean? That means opening up a business that your past version couldn't, because now you are looking at it and you're holding its hand, you're embracing it, and you're going forward, right? Public talking, creating your own expression at art, whatever the form that may be, that is your calling. Yeah. There was something else too I will read. That was Dark Night of the Soul. Yeah, I will talk about the other things on Sunday in our live. So This is exactly what the message is, you know, to not get stuck in those things, to use that as an empowerment, to know yourself, to meet yourself on the most deepest level, right? And to know that universe loves you. It is not here to hurt. All of these things were meant for you. Exactly what the dream refusal card said, right? Are we saying old stories to ourselves again? Are we revisiting the same stories of our past again and again to keep ourselves in a comfort zone? Or we are no longer that. Whatever it is that happened, the experiences, it made us into who we are today, this version of ourselves, right? So it's important to recognize that these experience, all aspects of it, are parts of ourselves, where are integral part of our experiences in us becoming who we are right now. Okay, yeah. In the hand, the universe is your partner. You are co-creating with the universe. You're not creating, you're not manifesting from the place of fear, from the place of lack, from the place of self-judgment, from the place of self-restriction, which may have been given to you by your circumstances, but they're no longer yours to carry on. Okay, you have moved past it, you evolved past it, you've transitioned past it. Okay, not everyone can say that. Not everyone. This is a lot of work. This is deep work. We see every day in our lives, we see people walking every day doing same thing. They do same thing, wake up every day and go to sleep every day, and in middle of it they don't know where life went. All of a sudden, next thing you know, they're 70, 80, and they're still doing the same thing, self-sabotaging, betraying, right? Moving from the place of fear, moving from the place of lack. That's where comparison and competition comes, from the place of lack, feeling like the moment you compare yourself or compete with someone else, you have put yourself in a limited box, because now you are only seeing from that point of view. Your extent is only up to that. Like you putting a block for yourself, you're putting yourself in a box, when in reality, in truthfulness, the possibilities for you are limitless, because universe is your partner. You are creating things from infinite possibility point of view. What you create, you don't have to look at what has been done and compare yourself or wonder, right? If you deep dive within yourself and you look at these things that have molded you, that have helped you in creating who you are, this loving being, this empathetic being. Empaths go through the most. Why? It's meant to empower you, not keep you limited. Okay, yeah. So there is something I wrote about being empath too, but I think maybe I'll keep that now. I'll share it some other day. This was my own personal, and writing is so great, right? Writing, journaling, whatever thoughts come to your mind, if it's a frustration, if it's anger, if you just want to rant, if you have download that you want to write down, if it's a prayer, you can even constantly write mantras, like, right? You can write whatever it is, right? It is also a form of meditation, right? Writing, automatic writing, you can also channel that way too, right? Yeah. Okay. Give yourself chance. Give yourself chance from a non-judgmental point of view to look at things from a grand scale of things. You are not here to stay limited. You did not go through all of it to keep you limited or to break you down, but you are using that as an experience to propel yourself forward, right? Yeah. As you rest, as you enjoy, as you take time to do things that bring you joy, as this way you raise your vibration, right? From fear, from lack. See how it is right on top of each other? Yeah. From coming out of this energy of low vibration, things are not happening. If you are waiting for anything If you're waiting for money, for abundance, for love, for job, for enlightenment, for for magic to happen, you know it's not gonna happen, because you're a vibrational match to waiting, to the energy of waiting. Okay, you are vibrating in the energy of waiting from this platform, from this stage, from this. Okay, it's important to step in here in the energy of joy, in the energy of creation, in the energy of exploration, in the energy of laughter, and doing things new. It's a new day, it's a new dawn, it's a new life, and I'm feeling good. Ooh, I just got that. Yeah. Okay, try. It may be difficult, and that's why, how beautiful is this reading? Right here on top of it, it says, eyes above the fray. Okay, look at things from a larger point of view, a grand point of view, from a most highs, right? It's impossible to have that because we have no comprehension of that, but seeing things from that perspective, right? And letting ourselves heal, letting ourselves be in all colorfulness that you are, in all 33, right? Finding the divine within you, joy, creating the joy for yourself, using that energy as a co-creator, part of the divine, right? Using that energy as a co-creator, right? 13, 31, 33, yeah. To create what it is that you want. Now you are creating with the universe of what it is that you want, what it is that you wish for, what it is that you are waiting, what it is that you are aiming for. Sorry, I didn't mean to say waiting. Don't be in the energy of waiting. It's so much easier said than done when you don't see results, when you feel like you have waited, when it feels like, when is it, where is it? It means you're not in alignment of already having it. One of the ways, okay, let's use this example. Let's say you are wishing to get $10 million, right? Who doesn't want to? Now, you are going about your day as you are today, right? With what you know, with where you have been, with what you've seen, possibilities, from the point of reference of where you've come from. Because there's something I wrote about that too. I will talk about it. To where we want to go. Seeing things and using them to propel you forward. Okay? By having a curious mindset, by releasing yourself from what no longer serves you, by releasing yourself and taking charge of what is keeping you limited, what is keeping you in this energy, whatever energy that it is you are in, right? Maybe you're waiting for your manifestation. I was saying, let's say you're wanting $10 million, and you are praying for it, hoping for it, wanting it. If you were a millionaire, let's say you already have a $10 million in your bank account, what would you do? Would you worry? Would you constantly worry about when is it going to happen? When is it going to come? Or what would you do? Would you free yourself? Would you enjoy? Would you do something that brings you joy? Would you laugh a little bit more? Would you smile? Would you sing a little bit more? Would you stop worrying of what's gonna happen? Or would you just be, right? So stepping into that energy of what it is that you want to be in alignment with, okay? If it is more joy, then seeking out those experiences that will bring you joy in whatever small form, large form they may be, right? Unique to you. Yeah, I just went blank there for a second because I started thinking about the message I've written in my book about that, and then talking about manifestations, and then this, right? Yeah, it's difficult when you feel they may not be happening. It's because you're still operating your ego, your self-belief, your subconscious self-belief is still operating from this point of not having, point of not seeing, point of not being chosen, point of not being recognized, validated, point of not being loved, heard, right? Yeah. Okay, don't do that to yourself. You're freeing yourself, and the way to do that is through self-love, heart home, compassion for yourself, compassion for where you've been, but using it as a strengthening tool, not as a tool to keep yourself. Oh, you know, this doesn't happen for me, all of these things happen for me, that's why I'm not successful. I was at this job and everyone was against me, you know, so that's why I couldn't do this. Or you know, I never had chance in life to do this or that, I never had an opportunity to this and that. You can create now. Okay, you're no longer there. Whatever, once you start giving self-love, once you start putting yourself in a position of prioritizing, of listening, of doing what's best for you, of taking those steps, you will already vibrationally will be matched and aligned to your manifestations. And I say that really very sure because here's universe, right, saying there is a lot for you. Whatever you want is there for you, right? Once you clear these blockages, or once you recognize through the self-love, once you step into doing things that bring you joy, that bring the light-hearted energy to you, by having a higher vision of things, right? Not falling, rising above the fray, rising above the drama, rising above the 3D chaos, rising above the illusions, right? Yeah. And overflow and plenty. I really want to say what you want, what you have been manifesting is already here. Because you're stepping into your new beginning that is going to bring you so much love, joy, once you step into this energy, once you embody this energy, once you become this energy, right? The universe wants to give you that which you want, because the universe is your partner in this co-creation. Okay, what you meant to be, what you came here to be, universe is helping you, guiding you. It's there for you, right? So heal yourself, take your time through this self-love, through this healing, really doing this deep diving, really seeing the possibilities that are there for you. Yeah, having a curiosity mindset. I want to say almost being easy-go-lucky. Okay, almost a little bit being in a delusional state, right? What do I mean by that? When you're visualizing, when you want to align to that which you want, how you want to feel, right? If you want to become a millionaire, that doesn't mean you go on spending like a millionaire. You could, it's weird for some. I've heard many stories. But that means carrying yourself and treating yourself and speaking to yourself and referring to yourself and seeing yourself as such. Yeah. Having a curious mindset, knowing that you're on this new journey, that you don't have all the answers, right? Your wings are just growing and you're just learning how to use this new way of being, right? How to take a flight on your own. Yeah. And you'll be able to do this much more easily once you align yourself. Let yourself be without expectations, without end results, without goals, without having... When you really want something, it's like, oh, I really, really want. It means you don't have it. So you will always stay in the energy of not having, because you're waiting for it, you're wanting it. When you want something so bad, it means you don't have it. Because once you have it, you're not in the state of wanting. You have it, you are it. Okay? So universe wants you to tell you, you know, whatever these blockages are, do a little bit more introspection, self-awareness, understanding of self, and letting go of these emotions, feelings that are not yours because they're bursting at the seam, right? And universe wants to gift you all that is for you, all that is you have been manifesting. Okay, it's time to spread your net. It's time to collect. Okay, so it's time to be and not want. Should we pull one more card? How beautiful. Possibilities for union. Yeah, becoming the power, coming into union of your most highest self, most powerful self, the most confirmation. Most best version of yourself, the most coming into self with the coming into union. Sky bridge is like making there, right? Reaching your highest potential, reaching that timeline, stepping into your calling, what it is for you. And all of this, you're feeling resistance to it, right? There is resistance. There is always going to be resistance, right? But now you are operating from you're armed with the knowledge, you're armed with this information about yourself. Self-awareness is very important. Yeah, sky bridge, limitless. Let's read this card because I love this card so much. This is like meeting, coming into union with the Most High, coming into union with our highest self, right? The divine source, the energy that is all within ourselves. Yeah, sky bridge. Possibility for union. What needs to be connected or disconnected? You stand before a seemingly unbreachable abyss, and there is no possibility of retreat. The path behind you is no longer a viable option. Yeah, you can't go back to the old ways of being. It's not going to end well, because those who are called, we can't go. It's not in alignment, so it will never come to much. It will never amount to much because it's not in an alignment. Okay, whatever this experience that went through, that cracked your heart open, whatever this painful experience that went through, that touched you deep in your being, that made your heart crack open, or aka break it, it's when the divine light came in. It is the only way when the divine light came in, right? And now you are here. You don't want to go back there. Yeah. You stand before a seemingly unbreachable abyss, and there is no possibility of retreat. The path behind you is no longer a viable option. You have to act soon, though, or you run the risk of being stuck at the edge of the cliff. Life has brought you to this moment to offer you as yet undreamt of possibilities, but you must no longer postpone what you know to be inevitable. And yes, you are allowed a breath or two before the leap. So take a bit of time to yourself. Get away for a day or two of contemplation, or even for just a few minutes. Walk to clear your head. Muster your courage so that you may cross the sky bridge. Sky bridge appears when the moment is absolutely right for a quantum leap. Life believes you are ready, even if you do not agree. Remember not to confuse your true state of readiness with your plans and preparation. Respond with a determined yes and let the universe take care of the details. You need only hold on to your positive affirmations, and the way will become obvious as you take the flight and clear the abyss. Yeah. A lot of you, this collective, are fearful, are staying in comfort zone, may have even tried to go back to the way things were because you are experiencing resurfacing of these emotions, of these feelings, right? Feeling alone, feeling because you're diving on the surface. I'm surprised empty well didn't come out. Yeah, but taking courage from the power of community, taking courage and the love, the how do I say this, the support, yeah, the support that you need, taking it from the community around you, okay, to step into this, to not stay in the comfort zone, refuse. It said, right, it's a sweet seductress trying to keep us in a sleepy state, Everyone that's walking around doing things like robot is asleep. They're doing things the way they have been doing out of habit. They are working from subconscious. They're not operating consciously, right? Because when you start to do things consciously, the subconscious beliefs and things will come up for us to revise, to release. Revise, heal, release. Recognize them, okay? Embrace them. Don't run from your shadows. Don't run from the pain. Pain is where you will find the power. Pain is power, okay? Use that as a fuel. Use that as a fuel, as a stepping stone, right? To create, because you're creating with the divine source universe. What you went through has meaning, it was a reason for it, right? And being very how do I say that, forgiving of yourself for not having all the answers, not expecting such things, right? As having all the answers. If you have a type A personality where everything's need to be such and such before something can be done, then you may miss your chance. Then you may miss this chance to release what no longer serves us, and to step into what's waiting for us, right? It's time to collect. It's time to forget about this, let go. When I say forget about, I don't mean like brush it off. I mean like the story that we tell ourselves, the victimization, right? Rewrite it. It's time to rewrite that. And then what? Right? Does it end? Does the story end at what's happened, or does it continue? And then what? Right? So you're stepping into the then what part of the story, right? Yeah. Wow, we went on for an hour. That's crazy. Let's see. There's something I was reading. I will read this. I don't know why I feel called to, but do not judge me. This is my own personal this is talking to myself, right? Suffering is sweet. This is for those who are feeling this, okay? Suffering is sweet, so sacred of suffering, the pain of it. So sacred is the suffering. Let me start again. Wow. I don't feel like I'm ready to put this out, but I'm going to. Suffering is sweet, so scared of suffering, the pain of it. But in the pits is where you will find the divine. Pain is the power. In the pits of it where you will find the divine. For only in the depths of it we can hear that I am. Right? What is the I am? Oftentimes you'll hear, I'm so sick of myself. So which one is the I and which one is myself? Which aspect of you is sick of yourself? What does that mean? If it's me and it's so, right? This is when we realize the I is the divine within us. I am is the divine within us, right? Yeah, I am sick of myself, right? The what I'm doing, the I am within us is sick of myself, yeah. For only in the depths of it we can hear that I am. Suffering is pain, the hollow depths, depthless darkness, nothingness, nothing. Suffering is how we develop true empathy, not a wanting to empathize or to be empathetic, but a true, honest, sacred empathy. Truthful, full of true love empathy. Walking on the coals, only then can you truly empathize with burns of the next that's walking after you. Healers are empaths, they said. I think healers are candles personified, burning self away in order to illuminate larger. Only then a candle's highest calling is fulfilled, its highest purpose. Only then it's what it ought to be, right? And at the end I wrote, why did I choose this again? So that was my self-reflection. That is me figuring it out, right? Yeah. Oftentimes when we say, I am sick of myself, which one is I and which one is myself, right? So recognizing the divine power that we have. Power to look at this, power to transmute it, power to transmute hurt, pain into healing, into growth, into expansion. Yeah. I also feel this card as the adaptability, the wood wives, right? Tapping deep into the resources, yeah, like the mushroom. the divine matrix. Mushroom is, you know, fungal is the largest organism on this planet. The network, the fungal network, is the largest network. They are so interconnected that we feel that we rule the earth, but really it's the fungus that's ruling the world. There's also some scientific data that people say that, you know, basically we're just being grown by mushrooms so that they can eventually, what was it? They're using us and as the energy source. We think it's the other way around. But there is a documentary on Netflix of, I think it's called Amazing Mushroom or something like that. It has to do with mushroom, and it's so amazing to learn the universe that we live in, right? We think we know who we are. We think we know what we're about, but we don't know anything, right? It's a limitless possibilities. Yeah, it's a limitless possibilities. Okay, I'm gonna end this reading here. I hope this was helpful. Leave me a like, comment, subscribe, right? Share this reading, and come back to it if you feel like you want to rehear. Maybe as we heal and as our vibrations change, we hear things differently, right? When we are healed, we hear things differently. We don't hear from our hurt ego point of view. Okay, so thank you for watching. Bye now.